Right, Believable Live, so welcome back ladies and gents. Round 11, and this week it's USA. Joining me as always is Lee-Con, or seriously, normally as always, back this week. And also we have Blue Flag. How you doing, guys?
Good evening, I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Mr.
Looking
Simon?
forward to this one?
Yes. Very much. I don't have game sound, so that'll be fun. Hopefully that sorts itself out for the race.
Yeah, that'll be back when the lobby switches over.
Right. So we could have a crowned champion, our first of the season. I think Dutch just needs to outscore Zach tonight.
Yep,
and the title's
as long as
his.
he leaves here with 22 points advantage, he's champion.
Yeah, currently stands at 24, I think.
Yes, 24. So when he missed the first round of the season, and obviously the Ferrari's form the first few rounds, it looked pretty difficult for him to be in this position, but I think Zach missing those 2 rounds coupled with Dutch's just incredible form, was it 3 or 4 races he won on the bounce? It's just propelled him into the lead, and
I think, wasn't it? Yeah.
especially last time out with Zach spinning and only finishing 5th, I think that's really thrown it in Dutch's favour tonight. So, but I say the Ferraris are quick, so anything can happen.
Yeah, must be said, we are only down to 14 drivers tonight. There are a few missing, for various reasons, which is a bit unfortunate, but I'm sure the guys that have turned up will give it their all.
So gives the guys that have turned up that sort of extra incentive. There's some good points on offer.
What are your guys' thoughts on this as a circuit then? It's a fairly new addition to the calendar.
I don't know, it's one of those, isn't it? I think the general sort of consensus among the community is it's not really embedded itself as a fan favourite. I think a lot of the guys, when they went onto their time trial leaderboards this week, had realised that not a lot of certainly the FTRL community had done any laps around here since they'd reset the leaderboards. So, but I think it's one of those, if you can get a rhythm round it, it's not too bad. But yeah, if you struggle to get...
And LR Betty's into the wall at the final corner.
Yeah, speaking of finding a rhythm,
he was on a pretty good lap to that point. He hasn't broken the car though, although he is now spinning across the middle of the track. Just as Dutch came round, Dutch still goes P2.
yeah, he's only lost an end plate off the front wing.
Could have been a lot worse. I thought it's a couple of tricky corners like that around here, especially the one in the middle, just after the long straight. There's those 2 loop sections, and that second one is the one that I've been struggling with. That second one, just as you come to the triple apex right-hander, just the car just keeps rotating around that corner, and I want to go straight. So hopefully, don't see too much of that tonight.
Yeah, for me it's the right hand. It's where Matt Cause is now. That sort of right-left sequence at the top of the S's in sector 1.
Yeah, so it's kind of a bit Maggot Speckix-esque, isn't it? That fast, high speed, change of direction, very easy to get a wobble on through there, I found as well. But, there's a couple of some corners around here that are just really tricky as well. The one after watching that course, now he comes down into the long straight at the back, and you've got this sort of double apex right-hander as well, which is very tricky to get right.
Nope, there was a McLaren round at that left-hander you spoke of earlier on. I believe it was Bran.
Just reading through the chat.
Yeah.
It must be said, it's Donzo's birthday today, so happy birthday, Donzo.
Happy birthday, Dodger! Woo! Birthday! 18 again.
Aaron currently on his outlet. Crosses the line on the mediums. So we can pull up a few.
So far, Zach doing.
Big slide from Aaron on the exit of turn 1.
So Zach's currently doing everything he needs to do to keep this title fight alive. Holding pole position by 7/10. That'll be 2 points back. He gets the lead down to the magic 22.
Yeah, Zach has it all to do, I think, tonight. Really can't afford to get into any trouble, I don't think, because Dutch, as we all know, very quick, very consistent, so if Zach makes any form of mistake tonight, Dutch will definitely capitalise on it, as he has done throughout the season.
So, 7 laps currently on the board, and obviously 2 of the title protagonists at the top. Ock showing good pace currently in 3rd. There's quite a big gap between the top 3 and Co-Andy in 4th. 1.7 seconds between those. Panda just slots in into 4th. A lot of guys going out on the hard tyres, I've noticed here. I'm just watching Danny come round and he's on the hard tyre. I've seen Bren out on the hard tyre as well. There's some interesting strategies currently being played out.
I've just been on board with Tico as well, and he run really wide at one point, and it doesn't look like it's invalidating. So that's quite interesting.
So yeah, again, it's another one of those circuits where you can probably push track limits a little bit. There's definitely a few corners here that you can run a little bit wide on. The game's not going to penalise you. But
Yeah,
then
I know the penultimate corner, the left-hander at turn 19, is definitely one of them. It's a bit like Stowe at Silverstone. We can run very wide and get away with it.
Danny has backed out of his lap.
I don't think it must have invalidated because Tico has pulled into the pits. Lennon's on his outlet.
So yeah, there's a lot of drivers out on the hard tyres, so that would suggest that tyre wear is going to be a big factor around here for those trying the one stop.
Quite a few big drivers there as well that haven't put time in yet, which is quite surprising. So I don't know whether that's because they keep invalidating the laps or they're just making slight mistakes.
LR Betty back out on an outlap. He's on the soft tyre. Tico has just started to rumble down the pit lane, I believe. No, it was Zach, in fact.
Currently on board with Dutch, seeing if he's improving on his time.
Oh, Danny had a huge moment in those fast left-right section at the start that you just said about there. Side ran wide, I think that must have invalidated his lap. Yeah, he seems to have backed off.
Yep, Dutch is currently half a second up on his time. He's going to get him right up to Zach. So if he has a really good last sector here, he could put himself on pole.
So City Blush Blue is calling Panda for pole position.
Oof.
Well, he might have to fit the softer tyre, and then he's going for the hard tyre strategy. So we shall see if we have a flurry of late runs on a softer tyre.
Dutch was quicker, not quick enough though, still only P2.
But that is just right, that's really where he needs to be. He's not going to lose too many points even if he follows Zach home for the next 2 races.
Yeah, Zach's going through again.
Gonna watch LR Betty on his lap. He's on the soft tyres. I'd expect him to end up towards the pointy end of the grid. Sweeping through those fast left-right 8 series of corners. Getting a lot more planted than some of the guys on the hard tyres. He's been very quick since he's come back, just not quite managed to string together the results yet, has he?
Nah, he was in quite a good position at Monaco though. Decided to retire the car, which was a bit of a strange decision. He could have got some decent points there. Ooh, big slide going into that corner though.
A bit of a lock-up as well. A bit of kick of oversteer there as he gets on the power and that trucky left-hander for this multi-apex right-hander. 2 corners to go.
Seems like quite a few drivers are struggling with the ERS.
And he goes P2.
P2.
2 thousandths of a second ahead of Dutch.
Could be quite big, that.
Well, that's potentially somebody else ahead of Dutch at the flag, but a 24-point lead is not insurmountable, but it will go a long way to helping him. Zach just lowers the bar to 31 flat.
Tico coming towards the end of his lap. Just started sector 3. About to go around the fast right-hander. Or multiple right-hander, should I say. Is it classed as one big corner, or is it multiple corners?
I think it's classed as 3 corners. I think they class it as 16, 17 and 18.
Oh, well, that is a cracking time from Tico. He was derating quite a bit on the final run down to the line, but it didn't hurt him very much. Currently a provisional 1-2 for Ferrari. And that could be huge.
Saying as a team, they've been the class of the field most of the year. Seen a lot of front row lockouts from these two and a lot of race long battles as well. Are we going to be treated to another one?
So we had some good battles between those two in the early rounds.
With the title at stake, are we going to see Tico just play the team game perhaps tonight?
When I interviewed Tico post-race last week, I asked him that question and he said that he's racing for himself. He's looking to get the best results he can get. So he wants to finish the season with a flourish and see if he can take it into season 11.
Fair enough. Dutch will be hoping for another Baku then, where the Ferraris collided. So Dutch can just come through and take his title back. Still a few drivers without a time. FTRL Danny currently in the pit. Lennon is about to start his lap, so he'll be hoping to get a good lap in. And Pagani's also still in the pits as well.
FTRL Panda did improve his lap time. He went on the medium tyre, took a second off of his previous best, but he's still P6.
Just had a look at the chat as well, and the Hijack Gaming brings up a good point. 250 subscriber special, boys. It's been a goal for a long time. That has for the league owner Aaron, and we finally hit it. So good job, everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, massive thank you to everyone that has subscribed.
Around Aaron. Speak of the devil. He's all spun coming out of the corner onto the long back straight.
Bad timing, Aaron.
That was perfect timing. He was celebrating 250. A quick donut.
I don't think he's going to have, well, he's definitely not going to have time to pits and go again, and it looks like he's low on fuel, so I don't think he can just carry on.
Well, then coming to the end of his lap.
Has enough.
He's out of ERS. He popped himself up into 6th place.
Not a bad time from him.
I think he's about to run out of fuel.
Danny's on the mediums.
Danny needs to get a move on.
Yeah, Danny's leaving it.
Just going to be enough time to get round. This is going to have to be a quick out lap.
He's still got a lap then.
He'll be alright. He's got a while yet.
Lennon's done. I think Brand's done. Reavers, I think, is on his in lap. Everybody else is on out.
All out.
Yeah, so it's going to be a one lap shootout for the top 5. Championship rivals currently sitting 1st and 4th. Who's actually first on track? Who will complete? Betty's just started his
lap.
Yeah, then I think it's Dutch, then it's Tico, and then it's Zach. So we'll go on board with LR Betty, and we'll just flick through them. And they're about to come across the line.
Question in the chat from City Push Blue. Ask Comms, what's been the best F1 race this season?
Yeah, I think you two are better equipped to answer that. I've only done the one race this season.
I'd probably say back. It was quite early on in the season, but the last lap crash between the Ferraris was pretty big. And the fact it took Aaron out as well, who was on for a 1-2 for Haas if he'd got through. That was a pretty big moment.
Yeah, I think, that race was kind of one of the quieter ones until that safety car came out towards the end, and then that last 5 laps was just absolute manic. There was so much going on, we couldn't keep up with it all, could we? Just so much going on. Drivers going off, Matt Coles came through and crashed, and then obviously Aaron got clipped by the 2 Ferraris as they crashed, because then Tico and Panda obviously got battling when we missed because we were watching Dutch and Zach going at it behind. It was just so much going on. Yeah, I'd probably say that was definitely up there in terms of action. So, but yeah, back to the chat, guys. Let's hear your thoughts. What do you think was the best race of the season? As LR Betty takes pole.
Yeah, cracking lap. So Dutch, I believe, was the next in line.
Oh,
huge moment on the exit there. That's going to lose him a couple of tenths. Another. Ooh, he's gone.
Ooh,
he's gone.
That's gone.
Well,
the car
how
hasn't
was he saved that? That is
all jumped him.
Tico's taking the IndyCar route.
Yeah, is that not invalidated Tico? Surely it has.
It has, yes, he's retired for the session.
So can Zach
take
back pole? He does.
He can.
There we go. So
that could be crucial.
Heading into the race then. 20. Oh, he's smashed into his teammate, I think, on the in lap. Is that a sign of things to come? Dutch will be open. So
Danny coming round to the final corner. And he goes
11th.
P11.
Is that it? I think everybody's passed. Yeah, it is.
Ran on a lap. Brand's coming round. No, he slowed down, so he's invalidated.
Oh, okay. And my sound's back. Yay. But yeah, Zach gets 2 valuable points. The gap is now 22. Zach has to have that gap, obviously, below 22 in order to take the title to next week. Dutch starting from 5th. There's a very good chance of the title moving onwards. But as always in FTRL, you never quite know what's going to happen.
Yeah, a lot of the drivers have been complaining about the sun, saying they couldn't see, so it did look quite low on the track there, and I think it's probably catching you.
It won't be like that in the race. It's just the time that, for some reason, USA has the qualifying session much later than the actual race starts, so that takes that into account.
Yes.
So
The sun will be much higher in the sky for the race, as long as it's not raining.
Overcast.
Very dark.
Yeah, it's looking very overcast. Rain would definitely throw things up in the air. That would be very good to watch. I can't quite remember who started 7th, but top 6 all on softs, and I believe
I
7th
think it was
down are all on mediums.
I think it was.
Was it 7th or was it Lennon?
I think it was Panda.
Yeah, I think Lennon was 6th, wasn't he?
I think Lennon was 6th on the soft tyre.
Panda
Yeah, I think it's
might
top
be
6 in.
in a pretty good spot there, to be fair.
No, just see, I think Pagani was saying that it was possible to do medium to soft here, so we shall see.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I mean, I will back Pagani up. I did a practice race before we came on to do this stream, and I pitted on lap 8 off the soft tyre and went to the end on the medium. I think they were only about 45-50% worn, so it is doable.
There you go.
So, not much of a factor in, especially with the cooler conditions, that will probably help.
Louis, would you like to take us through the formation lap?
Oh, well, indeed, I would love to, Joe. It's round 11 and pole position for reigning champion Zach in the Ferrari. He needs a good result here and as many cars between himself as Dutch as possible come the flag. Started off well by taking 2 points for pole. Behind him, LR Betty, who's shown great pace since he's been back. Hopefully this time we'll see him get to the flag with a big haul of points. In third, the second of the Ferraris, Tico, probably out of the title contention now, but still wanting strong results for himself. Will he play the team game though? We shall see. Third place, FTRL Oxy, great qualifying from him. Come up from F2 mid-season and showing some good pace here around the Circuit of Americas. Hopefully that'll transition into a strong race result from him. In fifth is current championship leader Dutch Tricks. Just got to nurse it around here, pick up the points. It is his title to lose from his current position. He's in the middle of the pack, so it's not the ideal starting place. Alongside him in row 3 is the Racing Point of Lennon. Good qualifying from him, also on the soft tyre. What can you do in the race? In 7th, the first of the medium shod runners, FTRL Panda. That tyre strategy could work out in his favour. Let's see how he gets on as the tyre switchover happens. Co-Andy under the radar again in P8. Lennon's just spun off. Just saw that. Good qualifying again from Co-Andy. He'll be looking for a strong result again, number 1 on the medium runners. Bran in the second Mercedes in 9th. Again, medium shod runner. And Matt Caw's running out the top 10. And then we've got those on the fresh tyres. So we've got FTRL Danny in the Sol Renault. He looks to be on the hard tyre. Not getting a good camera angle to have a look. Yeah, he's just ahead of Aaron, who was celebrating his random spin in the chat a moment ago. The second Alfa Romeo Ravers starts 13, and Pagani bringing up the rear in 14th. So, quick shout on podium prediction, lads. What are we saying?
Donzo's gone for it. Zach first, Plex at second, and Dutch third.
I'm going to go Zach, Tico, Plexits, and Dutch 4th.
Zach, Plexits, and Tico. Dutch 4th.
Well, there we go.
Bet
Good start by
pretty
Plexits.
good start here.
Oxy the inside of Tico for 3rd. Dutch on the outside. Lennon through the middle.
Dutch
Dutch is outside.
Wow.
Co-Andy taking the scenic route. Ox and Tico side by side through there. That's not bad. Lennon's gone for a different postcode. And that's allowed Dutch back through to 5th.
Yep, so Zach has lost the position. Dutch has stayed where he is.
He's wrestled it back.
And Panda and Lennon are having a bit of a scrap as well.
Ox on the attack of Tico. It's 3 wide
Danny's
behind.
got up the inside. Guess the move done on Lennon.
Danny gets Lennon. Co-Andy going to Florida. Back on the back again.
So he's found a piece of racetrack we don't normally use.
We've got a breakaway of 5 already. 3 wide in the background. Bran, Matt, Cawes and Co-Andy. Bran does them both.
Oh, Andy don't go for that. Pagani having a look around the outside though.
On the outside. Oh, he's making it work. That's a great overtake.
Yeah, fantastic drive. Great move.
Andy's struggling a little bit here at the start.
Yeah, his setup
P8 to
doesn't seem to
P13.
like that heavy load.
And now Raver's up the inside of him. Is wide again.
Yeah, I think he might have damage. He's going wider.
He's really struggling here.
First corners.
He's in the pit, yeah, he's got in the
pitting.
pits. So has he clipped his front wing somewhere? So we've got 5 for the lead. 5 for the lead. That's just I think Lennon's just taking a bit of a shortcut there and gets a penalty for his troubles.
Panda's closing in on these guys though.
I'm gonna say Panda is in a very strong position if he can stay there. Dutch just got a little bit of a gap to bridge, but he's more or less there. Danny also looking very strong in 7th on those hard tyres.
Ox hanging onto the back of the Ferraris nicely.
Aaron passed by Bran into the end of the straight. Trying to come back at him.
Ooh. A bit of a slide from Lennon. The RS has been enabled.
Panda says to pass this lap.
Yeah, Panda is looking
He's
very,
pretty
very
much
quick
there
at the
now.
moment.
He's pretty much with this group. We've now got 6 cars for the lead. Danny is coming as well. Ox just starting to fall away a little bit from the Ferraris and picks up a penalty there just as I talk about him. Sorry, Ox. Front 3 just starting to break away a little bit now. Dutch right under the rear wing.
Yeah.
Wide there.
Dutch will be seeing that gap getting bigger and he'll be wanting to get past Ox as quick as possible.
To the inside there. We've got DRS's lap, so expect him to blast past down the straight.
Yeah, Dutch will be starting to see black and gold in his mirrors now.
Yeah, Ox
That
is
kinda goes
just
for the
about being
lead, Ox
saved by
defending.
DRS.
Dutch around the outside. Ox is making it work for it then. Holds the position.
Yeah, the gap was more
Trying to
than a
cut
second. I don't quite know how Ox don't manage to keep onto DRS though. I'm not quite sure where the activation marker is, but
Panda's right there. Danny taking the IndyCar line. And Becky gets the fastest lap.
Zach is a lot closer to Betty. Oh,
Panda's picked up a penalty.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a few of those tonight.
So
It's lap 4, I think we've already got 3 drivers on penalties.
Zach runs a
Now,
little
LR
deep.
Betty has won round here before. He won the Season 8 race, and we had Dutch Tricks in the commentary box for that one.
got a very interesting camera angle of Betty's car. I'm sort of sat in the middle of the rear wing, looking forward. It's not seen that view before.
Oh, Dutch has got past Ox.
Sticks.
Ooh, Ox had a
Ox
bit of a moment on the
paint,
curb.
And Panda pounces.
Now Panda up the inside, yep.
Ox is going to hang on around the outside there like Pagani did a minute ago, I think.
Keeps it.
Gets it done.
Kept turning in on Panda, which was a little bit strange. I'm not entirely sure what he's trying to do. Hell, I bet he seems to be struggling a little bit now. He's got the Ferraris all over the back of him. And Dutch now has to close that gap.
Is that going to go for the lead this time? He is indeed. Turn 1, down the inside. Gets it done. As he's seen Dutch move up into 4th, he's going to hurry on.
Bet he might try and come back at Zach on the second DRS point though. Ox picks up a 3-second penalty. I don't know, actually, bet he's losing quite a bit of time through that middle sector.
That's the line there, I think, isn't it? In the background there, that's the direction point, I believe.
I believe you're right.
Panda right under the rearing of Ox. In the background, I think Panda will make a move. Ox trying to cover.
Oh,
That was an aggressive move. Panda to the outside.
Ox defends.
Defends his position for now. Oh, Lennon's losing places. Hansen has lost 2 places there to Aaron and Matt Cause. He's now at the inside of Aaron. Aaron coming back at him though, and Lennon sticking his nose in as well. Oh. Nearly a collision there. Matt Cause was not letting him take that one back. Now Pagani on
in
the
that fight now.
The heart of the soft starting to go off already.
Oh, Pagani just picked up another penalty. I think that's his second one now, isn't it? Everybody trying to break the slipstream.
So yeah, these 2 long straights with DRS are prime overtaking opportunities.
Dutch has
Especially
fallen
the
off the back
uphill
of the
corner really helps with the braking.
massively now.
It's a nice little train going on here. We've got Aaron, Matt Cause, Lennon, Pagani and Ravers snaking their way through turns 4, 5 and 6.
So when did you say these guys would probably have to pit, Si?
I would say any time from lap 8.
Okay.
The soft tyre runners I would expect to be in between probably 8 and 10.
Ox might be making a move on Dutch here. Dutch tries to defend the inside. Dutch is struggling massively at the moment.
And Pagani side by side, Lennon goes deep, Pagani gets the overtake done for P11.
Ravers is on the back of this now as well.
Oh, Lennon for the inside. Thinks better of it. Lovely helicopter shot here.
Dutch is in the pits.
Dutch pitting very early.
Ooh! Nearly spins into the wall.
So this pit
Gonna
lane
go on
here
the
is
hard.
deceptively tricky, the pit lane here, isn't it? So Dutch going under the hard tyre. He's going to drop him almost all the way to the back. Just Andy behind him, who's coming round 16, 17 and 18.
Well, Zach, Dutch really pushes now. He's got a little bit of clean air in front of him. Ravers is 9 seconds down the road, so if he really pushes now with everything he's got, he might just have a chance at closing that gap. I don't think he'll jump anybody, but he might get that 2.5 second gap.
Another big slide coming onto the back straight. Just tries to fire up those rear tyres. DRS pops open.
Here he comes.
To the inside of Ox, not fighting it this time. Panda gets it done. Now Ox comes back at him.
Swing around the outside though.
But shuts the door in his face this time, and now Danny on those hard tyres is right with them. So Danny showing great pace here on those hard tyres. He should not really be that close.
Oh, don't make a move there.
Oh, he's at the inside. Oh,
A little bit impatient.
still on the outside.
Bet he responds to Dutch, the Ferrari stay out.
Hello, Betty Pitts.
Here we go then, where's Dutch? Coming round the right-hander, or handers.
Oh. Danny up the inside of Ox into turn 1. I guess it done those soft tyres are probably starting to cry now.
Yeah, huge moment from Ox
huge
on
slide
the
there.
exit.
Yep, I think those softs are about done.
There we go. That is what the undercut does. Dutch is right on the back of that Toro Rosso now. So you'd expect with a Ferrari staying out one more lap, they might actually jump these guys.
What tyre did Betty come out on?
The hards.
Oh, the Ferrari is trying to go to the mediums. They're going to try and run a bit longer. Follow side strategy.
Interesting.
But Panda only 3 seconds off the lead in third on those medium tyres. Question is, how long can they do on the reverse strategy?
I was going to say, how deep are they going to run?
Dutch having a little look at the inside of Betty. Decides not to try and make the move.
Nice little battle going on between Matt Cause Aaron, who just has a big slide as I come to him, and Pagani.
Zach's in. Tico stays out. That's probably going to hurt Tico quite a bit.
We saw how well the undercut worked on Sunday for real. It's in the port.
So where is
Ox
Betty
as well.
and Dutch?
Ox we saw starting to struggle on his soft tyres.
Zach's at the end of the pit and Betty's coming up now. It's going to be close. I think Zach's just about held onto it though. He has.
Cold tyres out. And he's on the mediums, I think.
Yep.
He is. So he's on the softer tyre. And he should up sticks and get away.
Front three all back together again though.
Panda is closing on Tico. He's only 2.4 seconds back.
Yeah, Tico is really struggling on those tyres now. He's going to massively hurt him staying out another lap.
So we have seen him and Zach really nurse their soft tyres well, especially early part of the season. I think it was Bahrain, wasn't it? We saw. I think it was Zach went long on his first.
Dutch having a look at Plexits, or Betty, should I say?
Betty with a squeeze. You can see how much Ox has suffered staying out a little bit longer. He was right with Dutch before, and he's 5 seconds behind.
These two fighting though has let Zach
on the
go.
outside.
Around the outside.
Oh, was that a track?
Dutch just didn't have the grip there then.
Our tyres haven't got the grip as Tico pits. He's on his way.
Oh, Tico's massively in front of him. I think those two battling has really helped him. Zach goes through, so he's going to retake the lead. Oh, actually, there they are. And Dutch is going to make the move on Betty as well. He's through.
It's a double blow for Zach, that. His teammate is also out on the softer medium compound. So I think Tico will still be a factor in this battle here.
Oh, Zach is right on the back of Ravers. I think Dutch might lose a couple of positions here. Betty and Tico are right on the back of him now. And Dutch doesn't have DRS to defend with. And in the distance, Zach has got the move done. And Betty's going to go up the inside.
Ooh. Here comes Tico. Oh, I bet he switches back to the inside. Oh, he's close. Great driving between now. Tico attacks.
Oh, that's going to help Dutch a little bit.
He's on the outside for the right hander. But he's got the softer tyres, so he's got more grip. Betty runs him out.
Oh, Tico's gone into the back of him. Don't think he lost anything, though. Meanwhile, Zach is just absolutely flying away with these lot fighting.
Tico to the outside. Is he going to try and swing around on those softer tyres? Betty runs him out wide, but Tico's now got the inside for turn 2. Still side by side. No. Nobody held him off. This is what F1 has been delivering all season long. Some absolutely fantastic battles at the front. And LR Betty just adding to the group of drivers. Dutch has had a really poor run there.
Yeah.
Betty's gone round the outside. Dutch back on the inside on the brakes.
Dutch still isn't going to have the RS here either, so he's going to be really vulnerable now.
I think you're right, I think he's going to lose both positions here. No.
Oh, Tico's flying past both of them though. Dutch is going to the inside. Tico's going to have the inside for the next corner though. And he's on the softer tyres.
Definitely needs to run him out wide, which he's done, and that's let Betty through.
Oh,
Dutch coming back at him. Whoa.
You don't see that from Dutch very often.
He does look to be struggling a little bit, doesn't he?
I think he really wanted the title wrapped up tonight, but if it's going to make him start doing stupid things, he really just needs to calm down and just take the points.
We'll see what happens when you try and force it. You make mistakes that you wouldn't normally wouldn't normally make. Like that, for example. There's a make I wouldn't normally mistake either.
Zach is now right on the back of Aaron. Still out on those medium tyre. Betty is still on the gearbox of Dutch.
Meanwhile, out front, Panda and Danny running in tandem, starting on the medium and hard tyres respectively. And Danny looks happy to just be sat behind Panda for the moment.
Here we go, Zach about to make a move on Aaron. Aaron probably not fighting that. Not at all. The RS is down, Aaron lets him fly past. Not his battle. And next up for Zach is Pagani.
Hello, Betty versus Dutch is not over. Betty right back onto the tail of him.
These two have had multiple season-long battles, so yeah, this one's going to rage on for the rest of the night, I would think.
So, back at the front too, how long do we think these two are going to stay out? What tyres are they? I imagine they're both going to come back for the softs.
Probably 19, 20. Something like that. If you can do about 8 or 9 laps on the softs.
Good mix of different strategies tonight. We've seen soft to hard, soft to medium, and then medium to soft to medium to, and hard to soft. So much to consider for F2 and F3.
I'll just go with the winner's strategy. Danny might make a move here. I don't think he's quite
got that
close
view
enough.
as well. You've got the different view to me. I've got that one where it's sat on the rear wing, looking over the little flap that opens the DRS. It's very weird.
Yeah,
Kind of like it though.
Oh, I think Zach has just got past Pagani. He has. He's going through the traffic quite well here. Zach not getting held up. He's leaving his rivals in the dirt, isn't it? But he's still half a second off the back of Dutch. Both of them are falling off the back of Tico. Who's now 2.5 seconds.
Medium tyres. Graham, meanwhile, is starting to close up on this battle between Dutch and LR Betty. He's on the medium tyres as well.
Yeah, those two just having a bit of a twitch in that final sector. I think it's just cost them a little bit. Not sure those hard tyres are giving them the bite they would like.
Yellow flag sector 3, who's that?
Call Andy.
Possibly Coandy, who's now missing half of his front wing. No,
Oh,
he's just
okay.
missing the end plate. So I would suggest he's possibly done what Flexits did in qualifying, and maybe had a moment out the final corner.
Danny's got past Panda. Very good, Windsor.
Zach now within DRS range of Matt Cause. Start finish straight. DRS pops open, probably a formality into turn 1. Fresher tyres. To the inside, Matt Cause doesn't fight it. And Zach takes third position.
Tico still isn't past Aaron. So Zach is building a huge gap to these guys now. 3.5 seconds is the gap between Dutch and Tico. Betty and Dutch still going at it.
There's a lot of curb there from LR Betty, that'll probably have been a warning. And Bran now within 0.8 of a second of LR Betty, so this is now a 3-car battle. Is LR Betty going to get the hurry on and try and overtake Dutch? Dutch got a better run out in that corner as Tico dispatches Aaron. LR Betty just too far back. Now, question is Bran going to play the team game? Because he is now right in this battle. Or is Bran going to follow Tico's lead and just get the best result for himself?
Garney's in, so that releases Tico. Garney onto the softs. Can he get those to the end?
I mean, you should get them to the end, but they might not be happy when they get there.
Very bold from
Pagani.
Pagani.
He has been doing a bit of practice around here, so maybe he has tried the strategy. Bran is very close to LR Betty this time, but LR Betty's got DRS as well, which kind of negates the advantage she'll get. LR Betty just not close enough to really attack Dutch by the end of the straight. He's right there at the braking zone, but he's not there in time to have a look. Yellow flag sector 2. Oh, Lennon has gone for a spin. It's an interesting place to go. It's gone off before into the start of the back straight.
Ooh, Tico with a penalty. So are we reeling in Mike Claus? Aaron's in. So Danny's slowly pulling away from Panda. Tico now is within DRS of Matt Cause. Oh, Lennon's gone.
Lennon's retired. Just saw him have enough as he maybe cooked his tyres.
I'm not entirely sure where he's lost it.
Coandy isn't quite where he is yet. So where's Coandy? He's lost it in the
he might have
final
done it in
corner,
the
I believe. Oh, he's in the pit. It's his car's coming back out. Yeah, his car's coming back out the pit lane now.
Tico has got the move on Matt Cole's done. And you can see the three-way battle in the background as Betty still can't get find a way past Dutch.
Plan is ever closer as Panda's in the pits from P2. Yellow flag sector 1 and 2.
Matt comes in as well.
Yellow flag in sector 1. No idea.
Oh, Bran is extremely close to the back of Betty now. He gained so much time in the break in there then.
Panda's rejoined not too far behind that 3-car battle.
And he's on the softs.
Yeah, so he'll be right at the back of it in next to no time.
Does have a penalty though, I think, Panda. I think he picked one up quite early on.
Betty is a lot closer to Dutch this lap.
Oh yeah,
Dutch
Dutch
with
has
a
had a
huge
huge
slide.
moment as well. I think this is going to be
this
it.
time you'll get him this time, surely. I think he's going to be helpless to defend this time. Betty to the outside.
What does Brand do? Because he's gaining.
Betty gets it done.
Yeah, Dutch is really struggling around here. Dutch thought about going on the inside there then.
I know Dutch is obviously going to keep as big a point advantage as he can, but he does need to finish because if he non-scores, then there's 2 points in it for next week. On good form, because I expect
Betty
Zach
with
will
a
win
massive
this.
moment now.
Panda's there, so we've got a
Thought about
4-car
it.
train.
This is the battle to watch.
Oh,
Dutch is
Dutch
thinking
don't
about
do
it.
anything stupid. I
He's
think he's
more
going to
rapid
get
than
back
I've
up
seen
the
him all
inside
year.
here.
We've got DRS.
Yeah, he is looking very very nervous, which is definitely not like Dutch.
Oh,
Panda sent it, all
it.
three of them.
That was
Dutch is sliding in
interesting.
with Betty again. And it's as you were.
Yeah, I think Panda just eased out of the throttle on the exit of turn 1. Let them all go again, he didn't mean that.
Oh, LR Betty with a penalty.
Yeah, now that could be big, because I don't think Dutch has one.
He does not. I've not seen one so far.
Yeah,
So
Dutch
far.
is struggling big time at the moment.
Bran might sit there, but I don't think Panda will.
Yeah, Dutch has had
Oh,
another
slide.
moment.
Well, Panda's already fired a warning shot.
Bran into the slipstream.
Oh, Dutch has gone for a move on
Dutch
Betty.
making a move. Locked tyre. Betty around the outside. Bran up the inside. Oh, not pretty wide there, boys. Jesus. Dutch trying to go around the outside here. Betty's trying to squeeze him. Still up the inside.
Don't want to
Betty going very scenic.
Oh yeah, Betty has gone way wide.
But he's still in there. Now Bran around the outside.
Oh, this is going to end
What a
badly.
battle this is. Dutch gets the overtake done, but now he's not going to have DRS. No, Betty's right there. Bran already looking at the inside.
And Danny's
Betty's
in
had
the
a poor run
pits.
out the final corner.
Here comes Betty. He's going to try and go up the inside, but now Danny's parked on the apex. And Danny's
just come
might
out
be in
the
for a
pits.
podium here.
That has worked out very nicely for Danny. Oh, Betty's got it done.
Yeah, this lot battling.
Oh, Dutch has lost connection, I
Oh.
think.
Oh,
Someone's lost connection.
It's Dutch. He's ghosting.
Dutch, yeah. Is the game having a wobble? I think the game's maybe just having a wobble. He seems to be there still.
Yeah, I'm not... He definitely ghosted. Cars definitely went through him.
I think what it was is the game was giving yellow flags for Danny coming out the pits, and everyone was just ghosting through one another until it all cleared up.
That was very odd. But Danny now is in a really good position on those softs.
But yeah, Dutch lost 2 positions in that
Brand through
sequence.
the 4th.
Here he goes
And
again.
now he comes Dutch again.
Oh,
He's got a bit of Betty.
So Brand's now up to 4th.
But he's going to put the squeeze on him. Dutch is going to cling on there. Oh, goodness me. Around the outside again.
I bet he keeps running wide there. And I don't think he's getting warnings for it.
Panda
Oh,
on the
Panda now
outside.
on the outside. Out of nowhere.
That's a great overtake.
Dutch again with a little bit of a snap on the exit.
And he's going to be prime candidate for
And again.
Panda here as well. Panda's right under the rear wing.
I think DRS might just about save Dutch here unless Panda breaks late.
Oh, Dutch has gone deep though. Panda's getting the
Panda
exit.
just has so much more grip.
Dutch is better. Oh, Dutch is fighting it. Why are you fighting it? Not 2 by 2 through there, boys. Yeah.
Here comes
Betty now trying to get his nose in as well.
Oh, this is going to end badly for somebody. It's way too close. Yellow flags.
Oh, Pagani's crashed.
Gone. That's a shame. Meanwhile, the 2 Ferraris at the front are just coasting.
Oh, it's after that high-speed section, after the longer corner before the left-hander, he's gone off.
So if it stays as it is, I think Dutch will jump Panda on penalties. So it's looking like Dutch will get P5 as it stands.
Right into the almost into the back of Brand there. He's now starting to slide his tyres as well.
How many points do you get for P5? Is it
10?
Oh, 10, okay.
So that could halve his championship lead.
Brand's pitting.
3. Danny sets the fastest lap. Well, Dutch has had a really poor exit there.
Yeah, Dutch. Oh, it's a safety car. That's why.
Oh.
I didn't even notice.
We've got a... Oh, who was that?
There's a huge yellow thing in the
Aaron
left-hand
has had
corner.
a spin. Now, this is going to put Danny in a very good position. Because he's going to be right on the tail of those Ferraris. Yeah, I think Aaron's had a spin. He's lost some of his front wing.
So Bran in the pit.
Raver's
Matt
pitting
Cole's
as well.
in the
Matt
pit.
Cole's pitting.
I say, the guys sitting on the
boys.
tail end of the points here are going to be on fresh softs for the end of this.
Are we going to see a Baku part 2? We talked about Baku being the best race. Are we about to see a bit of a repeat?
I mean, this is going to be very interesting here. We could see the Ferraris lose a 1-2 because Danny and Panda now on those fresh softs, well, fresh-ish softs, yeah, are going to be right on the back of them. Dutch and Betty now are going to be really vulnerable to the guys behind. This
He's going to have 4, 5 cars behind him on fresh softs.
This could go a lot of ways.
Well, the second safety car of season 10. And again, for considering some of the accidents we've seen across all the divisions this year, the 2 accidents that brought out the safety car have been nothing.
Safety car
we saw the crash last week when Kat and Victor and City Posh Blue crashed right in the middle of the track. Nothing.
Yeah.
Virtual safety car for about 30 seconds, 10 seconds if that, maybe.
Very inconsistent.
Yeah, you even had the crash I had at the start last week.
Right,
that from nothing.
pitting.
Danny stays out. Panda, I'm assuming, would stay out as well. Dutch is in. Betty's in.
I think Dutch had to pit. Oh, Dutch and Betty racing in the pit lane.
I think the lucky thing for those guys is that the guys that have still got to catch the safety car train, I think, have still got to stick to a Delta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Because Aaron,
Until
for example, stopped pushing.
Dutch still isn't in his box though. Oh no, he is. He's just left it.
He's on his way.
Betty's jumped him.
Betty jumped him.
And
Brown
has
jumped
gone
them
through
both.
as well. So Tico is on fresh softs. So Zach now is looking extremely vulnerable on those 14 old mediums. 14 lap old mediums.
But if there's anybody who can probably make this work, it is probably Zach.
He has now caught the safety car. So he's going to have Danny on his gearbox on those 3 lap. He's got Panda behind him as well, who's on the sauce, but Panda does have 2 penalties. So I think even if Panda gets through, Zach might be okay. But then he's got his teammate Bran, LR Betty and Dutch all on fresh sauce, as well as all the guys that pitted before them as well.
So this is going to be, what, a 4-lap shootout?
Potentially.
Yeah.
Depends how long the safety car wants to hang around for. I think Zach will be hoping for at least another lap or so to give him...
I say it'll be 1 more lap at least.
Tico's just caught the safety car queue. Bran is just round the corner from it. Furthest back is Coandy.
Yeah, the safety car's well into the final section. The lights haven't gone off yet, so...
Another lap. Here comes Bran, Ella, Betty and Dutch. That Cole's just joining the back of the train as well.
So Ravers is
So
going round.
potential of disaster averted for Dutch. Managed to get his pit stop done, and in front of Matt Cole's Ravers, Aaron Ox, who all went a lap earlier.
Yeah, Dutch had to make a big call there, and I think he made the right one.
Yeah, he was really struggling, wasn't he?
Well, before the fireworks start, get your popcorn. It's about to go off.
Zach might have made a huge mistake here.
Well, he was in complete control.
I mean,
now,
with all those cars on soft tyres behind him, this could be the championship right here.
Could be, because if Dutch gets past Zach, it's done. Where's Andy? So Andy's coming through the S's. Oxy is on the back of the safety car train now. So the safety car, realistically, is just waiting for Andy.
who is still somewhere about 20 seconds off the back still.
Zach nearly just hit the safety car. Could you imagine losing the title because you got disqualified by hitting the safety car?
Well, they're into the final section. The lights are still on that safety car, so I think we're going to get another lap.
Yeah, Coandy is 10 seconds back now, so he should be with them this lap, so I would expect it to maybe come in on the end of this lap.
So it's going to be a 3-lap shootout to the flag.
It's going to be a very interesting 3 laps.
Zach is probably telling Burn Milan to get his foot down.
There we go.
Safety car in this lap. But it's still on track.
Backs everybody up.
And he's gone for it. Oh, Danny's got a penalty for collision.
Yeah, Zach backed everybody up, and Danny's gone into the back of him, I think.
The safety car is still on track.
I say the safety car's still on track.
Right.
Zach must have thought
So
it was
we may
going
have to review
in.
that penalty first for Danny, because I don't think he did anything particularly wrong. I didn't see the jump start. The guys behind haven't realised that it's not start. That was really confusing. So one more lap behind the safety car because it decided it didn't want to go in after all.
Well, that's the thing. It was past pit entry, and it had then decided it's in this lap.
Yes.
Everybody getting very bunched up. Zach
The
bunching
safety car
everybody up.
ghosted as well, just to
Confuse
matters.
things even more.
The lights are now off.
So hopefully at the end of this lap the safety car actually comes in.
The lights are off. This has
I mean,
probably helped Zach.
I'll say the one man hoping it doesn't come in is Zach. I mean, he'd quite happily take the game being broken, the safety car staying out for the rest of the race.
So it looks like a 3-lap shootout. Safety car. Danny staying close. He's wanting to attack. There
Yeah.
we go then.
Pretty sure that penalty from Danny will be looked at. Safety car is peeling in. So here we go.
And Zach is gone. Danny is with him. And Panda and Tico. And Bran has a slide coming out the final corner. Zach defends.
Oh, Zach is weaving all over the thing. What's he doing?
Danny with a lunge.
Oh.
Panda side by side with Tico. Tico gets it done. And Dutch having a look at Betty. That Zach's going to be a bit of a sitting duck down the back straight.
How is it still 3 laps after the safety card for DRS? But I don't think we'll have DRS again for this race.
Oh my god, it's still Dutch. Ella Betty's touch. Zach is snaking down the straight trying to break the toe. Oh, that's 2-3 wide behind. Dutch passes and Betty passing Bran. Bran coming back at Dutch.
Danny's on the inside of Zach. Move for the lead.
Oh, the contact and Tico's through as well. Oh, the contact.
And Panda might be through as well. Zach might just about hold on for P3 at the moment. Still 2 laps left though, and he's on very old mediums. This could get very lively.
Bran's retaken old Danny halfway to Mexico.
Dutch just can't find a way through. Dutch really needs to be careful here because he might actually win the championship with 2 laps to go. He just really needs to be careful.
To the outside. Here for the switchback. Oh, contact.
They've touched.
Did he lose wing? Oh, Bran's picked up a penalty.
Dutch got past
Tico
Betty as well, so he's in
Tico
5th.
takes the lead. Oh, Dutch having a huge slide there though.
Dutch can see Zach, and he knows all he needs to do is get past him. Oh man, we're in for a huge 2 laps.
Panda still thinking about attacking. Meanwhile, in the background, Matt Cord and Raiders side by side, and Aaron and Oxy side by side behind them. Oh, Betty's going.
Oh, gone. So yellow flags.
Oh, so lucky on.
Panda can't quite get close enough to Zach. Zach's doing quite well to hold on to this, to be fair.
Well, Aaron up to 8th at the expense of box.
Oh, Danny's got another penalty.
Dutch is now right on the back of Panda. We're on the penultimate lap. Just one more lap for Zach to hang on. Dutch now looking racy.
Well, he knows this lap could do it.
DRS is enabled for the final lap.
Wow, last lap. Zach is outside of DRS on Danny as well. Oh no, Dutch.
Dutch leads that Panda.
Oh. Wow,
Now
here
he's
we go.
right behind Zach.
Dutch is going to have DRS on the last lap on Zach, and he gets past, he's won the title.
Ram goes around the outside of Panda as well.
Here we go, guys. This could be a huge last lap for Dutch.
Panda just picks up another penalty just to compound his misery from falling from 3rd to 6th. And that could drop him pretty much down to 11. It could drop him out the points, that penalty. I think a few others behind him do. Here we go.
Oh, I don't think Dutch has had the run. Oh, I don't know.
DRS, I think he's close enough. Zach doing everything to break the toe.
Dutch is going to try and go around the outside. He's going to have the inside for the next corner. Dutch out. Oh, Zach outbreaks himself.
Zach's gone deep.
He's got to stay ahead of him.
Oh, no, he's round!
Oh, he's round!
That's it. That could be it.
Brand's through as well.
Yep.
He's trying to fight back against Brand.
Zach up the inside.
Brand around the outside. That's it. He's got it done.
Oh, wow. If my voice wasn't broken, I'd be screaming right now.
Around the final corner, Tico is going to win for Ferrari. Danny's going to be second.
Fantastic
and
P2.
And
oh, Dutch drifting. Dutch gets P2 and Zach P3. There we go. So Dutch is your season 11 champion with a last lap overtake on his championship rival.
Wow. We need a safety car in every race, I swear.
What a race. It looked like Zach had it in the bag. He was clear by 5.5 seconds, easily going to win this race. And a safety car
going to call
changed
Aaron
everything.
out for a tactical spin. Did Aaron spin the point out of the safety car? Did Aaron manoeuvre for the safety car?
Wow. Now, I'm sure the penalty from Danny will be looked at.
Yes.
So, obviously, if that 5 seconds gets removed, I think that puts him... what? Probably back up to...
What other penalty did he have?
Yeah, I think he was... He's 9 seconds off the leader. So it put him fifth, I think
he had 6 seconds for corner cutting and then that 5 second...
Yeah, I think it put him fifth. So it'd still be Dutch and Zach on the podium. Either way, though, it would still put Dutch ahead of Zach either way. So huge. So, did one of you guys want to get the podium sitters in?
The invites are out. So Co-Andy finishing 6th in all that carnage, and Aaron 5th as well. Good shout. Well, as it stands, Matt Cause, Aaron and Co-Andy 4th, 5th, 6th. All gone under the radar a little bit there, but some strong results from those three.
Best race ever. Congrats to Dutch for the championship.
I wouldn't say that in front of your team, mate.
Oh my god.
He's not here yet, you're right.
Happen?
Don't know if Zach wants to come and speak to us. We'll give him a couple of minutes. We'll see if he joins. If not, we'll might as well get 4th place in. Who was 4th place?
Matt Cause.
Okay, so we'll give it a couple of minutes. If not, we'll get Matt Cause in. I mean, since we have a new champion, we might as well get the league owner in there as well. So if you want to shoot Aaron in invite, I'm sure he'll want to say a few things.
Wherefore art thou?
I can't even walk anymore. My left leg is dead.
Don't think Zach is coming, so and there's Aaron. Do you want to shoot Matt cause one and we'll just get started? So I don't think Zach is joining us. Right, so I might as well start off with our race leader then. So Tico was a bit of a mental race, sort of up and down. I'm just going to quickly check where he qualified. I think qualified second, or am I completely wrong? Third, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, how did qualifying feel? I know top 6 you all qualified on the softs. Was that always your strategy going into the race? Sort of softs to mediums?
Yeah, it was. But I didn't practice only half of a race with Dutch, half an hour before the race, so I didn't know it for sure. But yeah, we thought it was the best strategy, and yeah, it paid off.
And the race was also a bit hectic. It looked like at one point the Ferraris had a 1-2 in the bag, and then obviously the safety car happened. Was it your thought straight away to get straight in for those softs? It seemed like it was a pretty good decision, but your teammate decided to stay out, which obviously cost him massively in the end. Did you have a thought of staying out, or is that what you wanted to do, straight in?
Yeah, I wanted to do the opposite to Zach, because yeah, if he pitted and I pitted as well, he held me up and I lose 3 seconds or something, and yeah, if I stayed out I maybe could have defended, but would have been difficult. Don't think I won the race if I stayed out.
Yeah, I don't think you would have either. I mean, like I say, cost Zach massively in the end, staying out on those mediums, because everybody behind was on fresh softs. Well, last time we spoke to you, you said you wanted to end the season in pretty good form. You can't get any better than a race win. Obviously, still one race left to go. So, are you just trying to aim that with sort of 2 race wins and then into next season?
Yeah, of course, I wanted to win the next race, but I didn't expect to win this race with that that many of practice. Yeah, before I didn't like the track, but now I like it. I don't know how, but it was a lot of fun. A lot of battling.
Well, how do you feel around Brazil? Are you confident around there? You got a decent setup?
I haven't raced there before on this game, so I don't know, but on the previous game I was pretty bad around there. So I don't think it will be a good one, but I said it for this race as well, so you never know.
Aye, well, like I say, you never know, mate. Either way, congratulations on the P1. Chaotic race, but you've took advantage, so fair play.
Yeah, thanks.
Right, don't know who I'm passing you over to. I'll let Lee Cole or...
Do you want to jump inside? I'm just trying to negotiate with Matt Coles to come in.
Okay, well, P2 ended up being Dutch Tricks, and that makes you a 3-time FTRL champion. Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
So, I imagine that the safety car is your favourite feature of the F1 game at the moment.
Yeah, I really like it.
Because up until that point you were having a titanic tussle with Plexits and Bran, and Panda joined in that fun as well, having come out of the pits on fresh softs. And I'm telling you what, we were a bit tense in this commentary box watching that, thinking this is going to end in tears in a minute, because it's getting a bit fruity.
Yeah, don't know where to start. I had no pace in the whole race actually, and yeah, then the safety car came out, just missed the pit entry, just 1 second too late to box earlier. And yeah, then everyone pitted for the softs and the restart. Don't know what happened. The safety car stayed out one more lap than it said, because when it was in the final corner it said safety car in this lap, so don't exactly know what happened, and all tires were cold and all these things, and then I knew a lot of people had some penalties, so I was hoping for that podium, and then getting P2, absolutely amazing, I think.
I was going to say, after everything that came before it, it all fell down to that final lap. Zach not pitting under the safety car, hoping that having the track position would work out for him. He just got unlucky really with that DRS being activated on the last lap and you clearing, I think it was Panda into turn 1. I think you cleared him starting that final lap, and that just gave you the run down that back straight.
Yeah, I think he maybe had more wings, so I was so happy to overtake him, because then I knew I had no penalties and he had no penalties, so I knew that it was over, and knowing that I'm the new champion back, so.
You seemed quite keen earlier on to want to get it done tonight, so is it a sense of relief that you have and you can sort of go into next week without the sort of weight of expectation on your shoulders? It's all done and dusted?
Yeah, definitely. I think next race will be just a nice race to end the season off, and hoping for the podium, of course, so I finish every race on the podium this season. That would be nice. And yeah, just making it a nice and fun race and give the viewers a nice stream and some great battles.
Yeah, excellent stuff. Well, massive congratulations from me, and at this point I think we'll hand over to our league owner Aaron, who I think you also owe a thank you to, because I think it was his spin that brought out the safety car.
Thank you, Aaron.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
More than welcome, mate. More than welcome. So I'm assuming I'm in here to say a few words. I would assume.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. No. So, well, where to start? First of all, fucking, excuse my language. That was just an absolutely mad race. Yeah, honestly, it was just chaos. So, yeah, credit to you boys for sticking with the action. I'm sure you've done a brilliant job. Actually, I'll lead with that. I know obviously we've got one more race this season, and I will come into the podium interviews next week, but I think a special mention deserves to go to Dutch and to Panda for running this division this season. They've done an absolutely amazing job of it, especially when things were tough in terms of numbers. It's not been the most consistent, but they've done an incredible job. So Dutch's commitment and Panda's commitment isn't just about being there on track, it's so much more. So thank you to them publicly. Also to Joe, to Lee, and obviously Simon as well for doing the comms all season. You boys have done an amazing job, and since we've now gone to 3 divisions, F1's started to become the pinnacle of FTRL now, which is what we wanted, and you boys have had a massive hand in that. Thank you as well. And then just finally, Dutch. Where do I go? Where do I start? time and time again, I've said it, mate. I honestly believe, although Zach deserves an abundance of credit because he's been absolutely incredible this season, and it takes a very, very good driver to knock you off your perch. But the fact you've come back and reclaimed your crown, a lot of people maybe didn't tip you at the start of this season as well. So a lot of people thought Zach was coming to take over. I mean, you've done it. Your commitment is amazing. You're one of the best drivers I've seen on the game, in my opinion. Like I've said before, and I'll say it again, you're the best we've ever had in FTRL. So, congratulations, mate. Enjoy the moment, and yeah, see if you can make it 4. That's something that has never been done before. So, congratulations to you, mate. A thoroughly deserved champion, and I look forward to being on track with you again next season, mate.
Thank you, man.
And finally, we're going to speak to our 4th place finisher, as Zach's unable to come in tonight. So, Matt Cause, welcome to the podium interview for the first time this season.
Thank you. This will be the first and last time forever, so I'm proud of it.
There was a lot of battles going out on track today, so we didn't see a whole host of what you're up to. I saw you had a good battle with Aaron and Bran, the early stages there, but I just want to talk us through your race. Yeah, talk to your race.
Yeah. I mean, I going into this race, I kind of knew that penalty were going to be big in this, because I've done a few practice races myself, and I mean, if I could get 30 seconds of penalties in those, I mean, some other people would definitely get penalties as well. So yeah, I think my strategy was just to maybe take it a bit slow and just make sure I didn't get any penalties, because I knew I could gain a few places in the end by that. And yeah, I guess I got kind of lucky with that safety car in the end, because the field would be so close together at the end. So yeah, I don't know what position I was in at the end before the race ended, but yeah, I definitely gained a few places by that. So that was nice, but it was, as Aaron had said, very chaotic, and defending from behind while trying to attack people in front is just not something you really want to do. So yeah, it worked out in the end. That was nice.
Indeed, we saw at Baku again. There's another race, obviously the other race this season that had the safety car. You really benefited from that there, and obviously you were up towards the front before we had the accident there. How difficult is it really to sort of be in the middle of the pack when all that's going on, especially when everybody had changed onto fresh tyres there, and it's a proper sprint race? I mean, what are you thinking in that situation? When you've got everybody so close together, everybody's on fresh tyres. There's 2 or 3 laps to get it all done. What's your mindset? What are you thinking?
I mean, I think the only thing you can think is that you just want it to end, to be honest. I think, having people behind, Aaron and Ox, and can't really remember who it was, but, behind, but then, you have Brandon and Dutch and Panda in front as well, who are definitely quicker, but obviously, fighting with other people, which means that the field is so much closer. And yeah, I think I don't like it, to be honest. I mean, it's cool now afterwards, but when you're sitting there, you're just praying that nothing will happen, and praying that someone won't break early or anything that you don't realize, and stuff like that. So yeah, I to be honest, I just wanted to end and when we got to the finish. So yeah.
Well, you got it home in one piece and ended up with a P4, so that's a strong result to end your season.
That was cool.
Obviously, we've not had a chance to speak to you so far this season in the podium interviews. How would you rate your season? How's the season gone for you?
I think I'm kind of happy that I could keep up with people. I mean, I got a few points this season. Last season was just I wasn't on the pace. I couldn't keep up with people, and yeah, I think I've got some good battles this season. I'd say I'm probably maybe 6.5 out of 10. I'd say probably someone. I mean, I bet Aaron don't agree with me, but yeah, I think that's where I put myself in the end.
So just one race to go then, that's Brazil. Is Brazil a circuit you like, and are you looking forward to the last race of the season?
Yeah, I mean, this probably will be my last race in FTRL for a while, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. And Brazil is one of my better tracks for sure, so looking forward to it.
Well, fingers crossed we get to speak to you again next week then.
Thank you.
Can I just quickly say one more thing before we wrap this up? Just actually on the note of Matt Cause, it's quite nice that we've got him in here. Obviously everybody in the league knows how much stick he gets and whatever, but Matt Cause genuinely is one of the first FTRL members that we had right back when we first began, pretty much. He's been here every single week, brought so much laughter and everything to everybody in FTRL, and genuinely, all jokes aside, we're going to miss him so much, and we hope to obviously have him back at some stage soon. Just want to say that publicly, mate. Thank you for everything you've done and all of your commitment and all of the tears of laughter and hatred people have got towards you. We all love you to bits, mate, and hope to see you soon. So thank you very much, mate. We're going to miss you.
Thank you, Aaron. That's really kind. Thank you very much.
Alright, shut up now.
Sorry, I didn't.
Language.
Right, I guess that's it then. I'll try and finish off with the voice I've got left. Alright, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gents. There you have it, Season 11 champion. 3rd time champion, Dutch Tricks. So, again, massive congratulations to him.
Season
Not
11
done.
champion. Are you sure about that?
Is it season 11, isn't it?
No, we're season 10, Joe.
Oh, well
Season
then.
10.
Well,
There's a flashback into the future. There's a flash into the future there.
yeah.
Joe's just given away
Oh.
season 11. Brilliant. Ruined it. Now I've got to rewrite the whole thing. God's sake.
He
Damn it,
already
Joe.
made the picture for next season as well, so.
Yeah, it's already done, so that's it. All I need to do now is change it to season 10, and that's it. But yeah, either way, massive congratulations. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Not done though this week. F2 obviously tomorrow. Championship fight there as well, so hopefully you can tune in for that. And obviously F3 on Wednesday. Or championship still to fight for those guys. So yeah, 8 o'clock as always. See you then.